Alright, now ladies and gentlemen, I need to know what's gonna happen with MALBONTE because MALBONTE literally popped up in every single fucking version. So I fear that something big is gonna be happening with him. And I'm scared for my man. But let's see what this episode will give us. Heaven's Secret 3, Season 1, Episode 15, The Only Thing You Believe In Are Death and Love. Shit, that's worse. Foreshadowing for worse. Clash of Faith. I abruptly opened my eyes, wondering what could have woken me. I wiped the sweat off my forehead out of habit, not because I felt feverish. I'd been sleeping poorly lately, tormented by the merciless agony of my memories. I heard a knock on the door. Someone pushed a letter through the crack. I quietly slipping out of bed, I walked over to it on bare feet. Mission report. The note said, during the last mission, a camp with children was discovered. Some of them were freed, all were demons. They didn't manage to save all the children, but we can still consider this a victory. But why only demons? Were the others killed? I mean, as of right now, Sifamalam only gives a damn about demons and half-breeds. Because they are half-demons. Angels, as of right now, they're collateral damage as they are losing their strength more and more as time goes by. Because there is no light force there anymore. That's the only reason for me that they could be losing their strength. There's like no power source for them anymore. Meanwhile, Sifamalam, in my eyes, the demon god, whichever way you want to look at it, he's capable to grant anyone the power of darkness. So, half-breeds are too dangerous, and Sifamalam doesn't need angels. Yep. We were too late, we couldn't save them. I feel like I picked the wimpy options, y'all. Please tell me that I'm gonna do something right with this good options, because if not, I'm gonna replay the fucking story just to get the demonic points. Because in my eyes, Sifamalam will pay for every life he took. Like the fuck, he even going after children. We're too late. Will we always be one step behind? A sudden realization made the paper in my hands tremble. Tarnal was right. I exchanged the death of the hostages for the rescue of these children. Oh, this is fucked. This is fucked up on so many levels. Like, with us, this is literally a thing now. Usually, with the balance of life, you are known. In order for the balance to be maintained, if one life is granted, someone else has to suffer the consequences. Whether it's someone close to us or not doesn't really matter. Here, we now got the answer. The death of the hostages were the people that we killed because they chose to make part of Sifamalam's army. We killed them in one swift motion, but therefore we were capable to save the children. That's fucked up. Literally, no matter what you do, you are the reason something good or something bad happens, y'all. And sadly, and that's something I learned very quickly, with every bad thing comes something good, and with every good thing comes something bad. So, she, personally, our character, is responsible for something bad happening, no matter how many good deeds she makes. This is fucked up. Oh my god, are we looking at her eyes? I did evil and received good. My lips twisted and fingers gripped the letter more tightly, crumbling it. Path of mercy. If Tarnal is dead, there must be another immortal who can carry this burden. Babe, you are that burden. Sorry. You're the one that has to carry the burden. That's why he gave you his powers. Because I feel like deep down he knew that he wasn't gonna make it. And since he was already withering away because there is only darkness now in the world and no more a powerful energy source to actually counterattack the evil that is happening in the world. He was slowly dying, so he gave his burden onto us, knowing that he wasn't gonna make it. So it's now our job to make sure that the balance is maintained. I won't last much longer. This is something the firstborn should be handling. A firstborn? You want to give this to Malbonte? Like, girl. And yes, I know with firstborn she mostly means the horseman. But in my eyes it don't really make the cut. I sighed. There was another mission ahead. I had to pull myself together and go back to pretending I had the strength to fight. I mean, as of right now, the deal that Malbonte made with Aragon, where he had to literally sign in his blood that he wouldn't betray them, had nothing to do with our secret, as in that we got Taranel's powers, so we would be capable to talk to Malbonte about it or not. We're bonded for life, like if he dies, we die, and the other way around. Why can't we talk to him about it? Maybe he has heard stories, maybe he knows more. Ooh, I like this. In the mortal world... Oh, shit. Oh, no. Donnie tripped over a snack. Oh, Donnie. I missed him, honestly. Cursing through clenched teeth, he waved his hands to ward off the mosquitoes. Kira burst out laughing, gloating cheerfully. Mortals are so clumsy. I stopped being a human a long time ago. My blood is sweet. These damn mosquitoes won't leave anyone alone, not even immortals. If the Earth's eye hadn't been destroyed, I wouldn't have to come down here. I'd be watching everything from afar. This is not what I need right now. Oof. Do not start a fight with Kira. Do not start a fight with Kira, because you know she's not gonna be standing for that BS. I silently made my way through the thicket. The branches caught in my hair. Irritated, I yanked them out along with a clump of strands. Babe! I kind of like the red. Let's go with the red. The order received word of an old woman who was working miracles at the monastery hospital. We knew Estrella was alive, which was why Aragon sent us to see everything for ourselves. I'm sorry. Every single time I just see that they're merging the stories, it's just making me feel so hyper. Even if it isn't her, here are likely to be mortal healers hiding among humans. We'll need healers for the coming war. I'm not sensing an energy. In heaven, it's everywhere, but this place, it's so empty. Humans are weak, don't forget that. Be careful when shaking their hands, hugging or pushing them. You could accidentally kill them otherwise. You need to restrain your power. I'm not going to hug them, or shake their hands, or talk to them. Then why the fuck are you here, Kira? Why? They are mortals. What is there to discuss with them? What a bully. Donnie. I appreciate him for this. Like, I used to be a human, so be careful what you say, babe. Respectfully. Like the fuck. Just look at how beautiful it is, yeah. If you keep walking forward forever, you'll come back to where you started. Can you imagine that? You're lying. Am I? The trees parted beyond the clearing was an old, crippled building that looked vaguely like a castle. It used to be home to aristocrats, but has since become a shelter for feeble nuns and lunatics. That's depressing. Yes, to come. I just love Donnie. He's just like, bitch, shut the fuck up. And I'm better fighter than you, so why am I being held on that stupid island? Because you're powerful, my good sis. That's why the horseman wanted you. You should be held in a cage instead of an island. Damn! Okay, what is the beef between these two? Like, I love the fighting, but hello? What did you just say? You know what? I don't even have the mental capacity for all this BS right now. Get a room, fight it out, and keep me the fuck out of it. Why do I have to listen to your bitch-ass attitude? Me. Thank you very much. Shut up, both of you. We came up to the iron gate. Curson had almost eaten through them. I knocked. The doors creaked open and I smelled dampness and cheap bleach. Ugh. It was dark and quiet inside, muffled by the walls, the occasional distant screams echoed and died in the corridors. What the fuck? Seeing us, the nun who opened the door shuddered and slammed them shut. Excuse you? We were hiding our true appearances and wings, but sometimes humans were no less dangerous and cruel than the immortals who descended from heaven. Soon the young nun opened the door again, and we saw the old abyss. She was shuffling her feet, struggling as she made her way to us. Hunching her already crooked back during a bout of wild, painful coughing, she would then wipe the bloodied corners of her lips. She was a picture of old age, the personification of decay. Now Kira, now all of a sudden shook? I sensed Kira's horror. Oh, wow. What brings you to us? They say a healer lives here, one who performs miracles. My sister. I'm sorry, what now? We have a sister? I gripped Kira's elbow tightly, pulling her so that she'd take the hint. Oh, okay. I was like, we have a sister. I was like, I'm not prepared for this. She's sick. What troubles you, child? Kira glanced at me, irritated, but played along. I got shot. You got shot. I darted a warning look at her. Catching herself, she added haltingly, the wound isn't healing. I smiled nervously and squeezed her elbow harder. She's serious. It won't heal. You expect it to heal. Humans don't heal. Kira hissed softly through clenched teeth. Oh my god, the fuck? Not the tumor. My sister likes to exaggerate. She has a tumor. What does a tumor have to do with getting shot? You should have gotten your story straight. Come along. She came out to us, leaning on the young nun's arms. She spoke softly, holding her breath as if every word took effort. The pilgrim likes to spend all their free time by the lake. We slowly began to walk around the monastery. The abbess kept looking at us with the condescending warmth people looked at children with. What are your names? I'm Simona. This is Kira and Donnie. Donnie put on an awkward smile. Kira tried to smile too, but her face took on a threatening expression instead. Do you believe in God, Simona? Am I a believer? No. Do I believe in God and a devil and heaven and hell? I actually do. So yes, I believe. Do not take this as an old woman trying to force faith onto you, but you have come for a miracle, so I'm curious. She spoke slowly, with a rasp, and her cough kept interrupting her. Sifa is dead, and Sifa Malbonte is dead. I know she's not talking about him, but to me, there have no other gods for a long time. I don't. I see the suffering in your eyes. Tell me honestly, did it take away your faith? I hesitated, pursing my lips, trying to contain my true thoughts, but the abbess gently insisted. Please speak the truth. Why don't you ask the healer to save you? You know what I think? This gives off the feelings of the beginning of Beauty and the Beast. The old woman coming into the castle asking for shelter when in reality she's a powerful sorceress. Could it be that she's a healer? Do you think God will help you? The abbess smiled as if she'd been waiting for me to say that. Let the pilgrim save for strength for those in need. I have already lived long enough, and God rewarded me for my patience. You came from heaven, didn't you? Who, us? Donnie's voice cracked, and his cough drowned out his obvious surprise. I always recognize a woman as a servant of the Lord if she's one, but I have never seen the pilgrim pray. In her silence, in her tortured gaze, there is a God who'd abandoned her, but even so her faith does not fade. I sense the same air from you as I do from her. I don't even know what it is. It's as if you have been stripped of your skin and flesh and your naked soul is the only thing left of you. Damn! Diabsa stopped, convulsively clutching the young nun's hand as she coughed violently. The nun held out a handkerchief, but the abbess gently pushed her hand away and looked at us, her eyes reddened. I believe that God has sent you to put me out of my misery. May I ask you to do that? She wants us to kill her? That's the only interpretation of that sentence. Kira's gaze grew hard, resolute. There was no mockery left in it, only readiness. I can. My goodness, I don't even know if I like this version of Kira. I mean, of course, she couldn't stay an innocent little girl for a long time. And I should appreciate the fact that she grew to become so strong. We saw it in the final battle that she was like, I'm not afraid anymore. Like, I can do this. I'm strong. When she stabbed the Mother of Light with the sword. But what I don't like is that her humanity got taken away. She was always so connected to her emotions. Now she seems very jumpy, very impulsive, very hardened. You know, her heart has grown to stone, and I don't like it. It shouldn't be like this. No, that's not why we're here. I'm sorry. Abscess closed her eyes and nodded humbly. She took the cross off her neck and put it in my hand. Your eyes are colorless and there's a lot of pain in them. I want to give you a little faith, if not in God, then in yourself. I'm afraid this won't help. Then give it to her. What should I do? Accept the cross? Why not? I squeezed the cross, feeling the metal dig into my skin. The pilgrim was sitting on a bench near the lake. Her back was straight like a cross driven into the ground. Her hands rested on her lap, and her unseeing gaze stretched into the still surface of the water. I could only see her back, but her energy hit me like a painful wall. Oh, it was Estrella. The abbess walked away unhurriedly, leaving us alone. Her hunched, trembling figure seemed even more pitiful next to the firstborn, and yet the image was still moving. I shook my head, trying to shake off the thoughts, and looked back at Estrella. I'm sorry, every single time I read Estrella, I just hear the name Estrella's Broken Heart. But now that I think about it, I think in the first season, we would always go into the backyard of Estrella's Broken Heart, you know, of the residence. And Cassiel explained to us that the statue of a woman in that backyard was Estrella. Or did I get it confused? So that woman is still alive? If I order her killed, how much good will it bring to the broken scales of balance? Or since the firstborn fell because of Baal, would her death be for good and therefore bring evil? I grit my teeth. I could easily lose my mind if everything goes on like this. We heard people come here to be cured of illnesses. Oh my goodness. I know who you are. Tears were rolling down her cheeks, but her face remained cold and motionless, as if it were not her heart that was crying, but only the body that had forgotten to obey her soul. We watched her in silence for a while. You shouldn't have desecrated this place with your presence. Whatever you're here for, I don't want to help you. Wow. We have come for you. I wasn't spared because I was important. One born in darkness took pity on me, unaware that he was only punishing me by doing so. Please leave. Why are you crying? Kira's voice was surprisingly quiet, almost gentle. Estrella's blind eyes stared at the surface of the lake as though she was searching for salvation in the water. Don't I have enough reasons to grieve? The firstborns, all my brothers and sisters, there is almost no one left. She clenched her fingers on her knee. A memory flickered across her old face. I also had a vision, refusing to serve someone they didn't want to be loyal to. They killed themselves, all those people. Their bodies are still warm. Estrella turned her trembling palms toward herself. What? I can feel their pain as if it were my own. Mass suicide? What's going on here? You grieve for them even after what they did to you? Estrella raised her head, turning to the sound of the girl's voice. Do you know what a mother's love is, child? I don't think she ever met her mother. Or is it just me? It could be possible that she saw Plague as her mother. She smiled through her tears. Perhaps you'll understand someday. It's unconditional. You can break a mother's heart into 1,000 pieces. You can mangle her flesh and spirit, yet she shall love still. Then why don't you end your own suffering? Dani shushed Kira, but she only struck her tongue out at him. Are you kids done? In my eyes, it's worse that Dani's playing along. Roll your eyes and keep your mouth shut, Dani, at this point. Like, what are you gonna do if that bitch is gonna be a bitch? Estrella answered calmly, without reproach. I can never kill myself. Leaving this world is too light a punishment for me. I must live and remember my sins. I'm confused, y'all. I don't even know what to say. I crouched down in front of her, peering into her face, lined with wrinkles that resembled scars. The only one who was supposed to remain young and beautiful forever chose old age and mortality just to be closer to people. I caught her tear with my finger and put the abscess across in her hand. You can pray, not to someone, but for them. Estrella seemed to soften. She closed her hand around the cross, concealing it, but her words slashed like a blade. You never cared about mortals. I don't need prayer. Cruelty as well. She threw the cross into the lake. The metal flashed, reflecting the sky, and disappeared into the black depths. Damn. Dani jumped into the lake without hesitation. Why would he take that cross again? I can't. Honestly, you know what? It was cute. It was cute that Dani went into the lake in order to get that clutch again. Soon his fist broke through the surface of the water, clutching the cross. Dani swam over to the bench. Wet and angry, he handed over the find. Thank you, handsome. Here you go. His unexpected persistence disarmed even Estrella. She took the cross back, resigned. I don't know what kind of pain you've been through, but all of us have lost something. Sifa's gone. You will take your resentment toward him to the grave, but Sifa Malam is alive, and sooner or later he will bring sorrow to your loved ones. I got up and walked past her. I reached for Kira and she put her hand in mine. You have a warm relationship with... I do, because I love that woman. I always made sure to let her know that she's, like... In my eyes, she was like a daughter for me, sorry. A little sister, a daughter. And that we have a warm relationship with her due to, like, the connection of the two stories. I love that we get to see this. Before leaving, Dani turned to Estrella. You know, Simon and I, we were humans once too. Estrella paused, considering his words, and turned around and said as we were walking away, They killed themselves in the place where Malik's father fell. One false faith has replaced another, and history is repeating itself. People are dying and suffering. If you care, then stop them. Dani and I exchanged glances. And we heard about Malik again. Rotkov. Alright then. The porter brought us to a small church that had been put together hastily and carelessly. I remembered the old houses of worship, their stern stonework, majestic crosses reaching for the sky. Everything has changed, even religion, even the church. People are fighting as hard as they can, like all of us. So what happened here? Snow fell in large flakes crunching underfoot. I bent down, scooped up a handful, and squeezed it in my fist so hard that it sifted through my fingers. I didn't want to go inside. The frail abandoned church seemed safe, but the energy seeping through the windows and doors was deadly, furious, and sinister. The vicious darkness chilled my bones. Kira, you're staying here. No way, I'm coming with you. This is not up for discussion. I threw away the remnants of the snow that was melting in my hand and headed for the door, but Kira lunged at me, making us both fall into a snowdrift. Kira. We were tumbling, clutching at each other, our breath catching from the sudden movements. The snow crunched and slipped down our collars, burning with icy heat. Kira managed to get on top of me. What the fuck? Kira? What is she doing? Her eyes sparkling with triumph, she pinned me to the ground, her cold blade grazing my throat. You can't do anything against ordinary weapons, can you? See, I can take care of myself. Kira, that's not the issue. In one swift motion, I caught her wrist and yanked her sharply to the side. Kira screamed in surprise. I pinned her to the ground with my knee. Ooh, period. You show her. You let her know I have been alive longer before you, my good sis. Now in my hand, the knife was against her neck, just as it was against mine a moment ago. Don't brag about your skills. It's better to be underestimated. Kira grimaced stubbornly, her lips twitching. I got up, pushing off the snow easily, and threw the knife to her. Fine, you can go with us. Now she looks sad. Yeah, humans used to be here. The doors creaked hysterically, piercing the sepulchral silence of this place. The church was empty. The bodies had been taken away, but the blood remained. It had ingrained itself into the boards. No amount of water or time could wash away those dark spots. The fuse were scattered as if people had knocked them over in their final spasm. The brown streaks of the altar looked like traces of black rust. I told you not to come in. What is this feeling? See if a Malum was here. I could never mistake his energy for anything else. Here on Earth? Oh my god. So the MC from Estrella's Broken Heart actually gives off MALBONTE vibes. Sifa Malum vibes. That's fucked up. Oh my god. Then how much darkness does she carry within? Yes, this is strange. Is he so careless that he comes down to the mortals? Where is he hiding? Who is this? Kira tore a leaflet off the wall and handed it to me. Yes, exactly. Look at it, bitches. The MC from Heaven's Secret Requiem has been busy. My gaze lingered on the woman in white, then slid down to the two angels. Immortals serving humans? Kira's face twisted in disgust. Bitch! I used to be a former human. Donnie, have you ever seen these immortals? Donnie took a closer look at their faces. No, never. Kira snatched the flyer out of my hands. Actually, I know this one. Huh? My dad knew their mother. He told me about them when he was still alive. I mean, before all this. Her dad knew his mother? Are they brothers? You're so callous. Yes, they are brothers, and this one... She pointed at the angel on the left. He uses his brother's powers. How the fuck does she even know? How does she know all of that? There were rumors that he killed his mother in order to take away her power too. Oh, please. Again, my baby's so fucking misunderstood. Poor Abel. Cain is taking all his powers away, and he killed his mama too in order to get his fucking powers. Not that the brother was fine with having Cain die. In order for him to get his powers. And his mother was fine with it. And because the mother went into the energy field that was created during the transfusion of the powers, Cain absorbed both Abel and his mother's powers. Gross evil takes on the name of virtue. He took away the power? Which is something you can do. I kept looking at the face hidden behind the translucent veil. Could he be the keeper of sins? Who, Cain? Take the flyer. Sorry. I folded the flyer and put it in my pocket. I just want them to finally meet Cain. Okay? Please. Meet Cain. Meet Abel. Heaven. I arrived at the wandering island, the side of the demons where Lucifer sat on the throne. Here he was ruler and sovereign. Here arrogance authority was meaningless to the demons, who acknowledged only Satan and were ready to risk their lives for him alone. This time the meeting was held in his abode. The demons were confident. Their faces showed no obedience, only mockery, only scornful superiority. I noticed how tense, arrogant, and Dino were. Their statues didn't matter here. The demons didn't need advice, nor did they need fairness. They only recognized their strength, authority, and loyalty. They longed to see a ruler who was worth following on the throne, not a well-groomed serf. Ooh, period. You let arrogant know. Your power is useless, bitch. The space exuded the leader's power. There was no order here, but there was the law. Lucifer's law, period. Just like Murphy's law, Lucifer's law. The stress seemed to echo to every newcomer. You are on foreign land, and your every move will be closely watched. I didn't share their lifestyle. Too wild and indomitable, they reminded me of a wild hellhound that need to be chained up and kept by one's side. Lucifer rose from his throne and came down to meet his guests. All right now. Am I really supposed to buy him a new outfit? Who cares? Why are you here again? This is your first visit. If there is a trade on the order, they will stay closer to the center. We were going to discuss this too important. We can't take any chances. Lucifer glanced at the demons, and they meekly left the hall. Dino handed him an envelope. Oh my god. Whew. Alright now. I kinda missed his old look, not even gonna lie. You know what? Be a badass. I don't give a damn. These are all the mission reports we're expecting one from you too, on what's happening in hell. A report. Don't angels just love bureaucracy? Leave the chaos to your domain, Lucifer. You're going to have to play by our rules. Again, these two bitching at each other. Oh my god, and his face. His face says it all. They're back to square one, y'all. I thought we were over that. Yeah. Ella's in the claws of that bastard Azrael. So only Ella still rules the catacombs. We helped demons escape, but it's not that easy. War was looking around Satan's abode with interest. Oh, he's here. There's so much hate here. Feed Husman. I'm sorry. Hunger stood off to the side. His face seemed indifferent, but his sidelong stares at us all betrayed his impatience. They came here because of Mota. I love it. I'm sorry, I don't give a damn, even if they're just here for Death's daughter. I don't care. They came. They have their priorities straight. Before we start, I'd like to report on my assignment. Was it Estrella? I told him about the firstborn and what happened in the human church. Aragon listened closely but impassively until I handed him the flyer. Seeing the faces of the angels, he pursed his lips. He knows them. I'm telling you, Cain is making the rounds. I thought they were dead. Kira said one of them can take the power of other immortals. Is he like me? Or like Hunger? No one knows the exact story of these brothers. I know the story of these brothers, but I don't give a fuck. Yes, merge the fucking stories. I'm so hyped for this. But they are strong. Very strong. From what we know from the last episode, that they can actually merge different kinds of powers. Ha ha! I don't understand why they're helping humans. Do you know their names? Ah! I'm so sorry. Yes! Give it to me! My god. Can't enable, I think. We're on the right track. What? What the fuck? What the what disappeared? I'm so fucking upset. Fine then. Just then a demon entered the hall. He got down on one knee in front of Lucifer and lowered his head. All right then, sir. Okay. My lord. Have you found him, Nebiris? What kind of name is that? In recent months, Lucifer had been searching for the demon who tried to reveal our location to Sonalian and his army. Sonalian, hold. That's the father of Osti, right? The island sensed it and didn't show, but the traitor had to be found and made an example of. Ooh, I wouldn't want to be found either. To show what became of those who joined the enemy. We have. Lucifer was in no hurry to answer. Nebidas waited obediently without raising his head. All right then, Lucifer, you show your authority. Arrogant, you have nothing to say after what you did to poor Michael's brother. Arrogant did not interfere, only observed this wasn't his domain. Period. You know your fucking place. Where is he? I threw him in the dungeon, but he's screaming and demanding a meeting. Behind the open doors leading to the corridor, the demons straightened and lowered their heads. No one dared to move until Satan spoke. I'm busy. Cut off his tongue so he stops screaming. We'll wait for it to grow. Same thing will happen to you if you keep urging him like that. Damn, Lucifer! As you command, my lord. Damn, Lucifer. Poor him. He was just doing... Alright then, whatever. Whatever. Nebidas nodded, backing toward the exit. I definitely like it here. I'm sorry I couldn't get the laugh. Lucifer nodded arrogant. Go on. If a Malum may be closer than we think. He is somehow connected to humans. We need to keep an eye on them. See if Malum learned the lesson of the last war. The one he lost because people made his brother stronger with their faith. He wants to take a different approach now. But their prayers are for someone else. And he probably doesn't like it. He probably sure as hell would not like it, no. Hunger slowly walked to the center of the room. His footsteps echoed through the hall. I love that his power decreased to that moment that he can actually be in a room with other people and therefore create more connections with other people. Because that's what made him extremely vulnerable and made him feel so extremely lonely in Heaven's Secret 2. His power broke out. Unable to withstand the pressure, Arrogant fell to his knees, gritting his teeth. Ooh. Break him down, Hunger. I don't care. Arrogant, he needs to be taken down a peg or two. Do it. I'm tired of waiting. Period. You let him know. Perhaps we can talk about how to destroy the arena now. What arena? We argued for a long time until our voices grew hoarse. Again and again we went over the moves and assessed the enemy's strength, but the risk remained far greater than we wanted to admit. Lucifer reported the little information they managed to get out of the spies, but that wasn't enough. The strategy remained unreliable, no matter how we prepared. When we discovered an approach all of us were more or less satisfied with, nobody had much energy left for anything else. The guests began to disperse, but I stayed where I was watching Lucifer. He looked haggard, and his eyes darkened as he paced around the hall, clearly lost in thought. Lucifer? He stopped and looked at me. You need to rest too. Rest? That's the only thing I don't have. The demons won't follow her again, and without them, the Order will just be a bunch of tired little angels. If you need help, Lucifer went up to the throne and collapsed wearily into it. Stop that, Aragon is already exploiting you. If he didn't have wings, he'd already be using you as a sea dragon. I love Lucifer. But you see, that's how he's actually showing on whose side he is, because he's shitting on Aragon right now. Haha, very funny. I turned to the exit, waving my hand. I'm off. Don't be the traitor to death. No promises. You know what? I just love the connection that we built with the entire cast, with the entire characters. You see how close they got, because it's not like Lucifer actually changed if we compare him to the first book of Heaven's Secret. He hasn't changed at all. But you can actually see that when he's now bitching at you, he has that soft spot for you. But his stupid ways, making fun of you or whatever, it has remained the same. He's still like this. And I love this. Like, this is what I call evolving. Not changing. Evolving. I'm still like this, and I will always remain this person. But I have evolved. Like, I'm capable to still let you in. We exchanged smiles and playful jabs, but they were forced. Inside, both of us were bleeding, gaping wounds. I love it. Oh my goodness gracious, what the fuck is even... Ew! Ah! A pulsating red mass, a building made from something resembling human flesh above a scarlet sky scratches out, and a piercing silence rings, the kind that exists only in absolute solitude. He walks quickly but cautiously across the ground, maroon like freshly flayed skin. A shadow is trailing behind him, shapeless. It tries to cling to his heels, but he doesn't look back. He goes out to the very edge of the cliff and looks down into the bubbling, bloody void. Cupping his hands around his mouth, he shouts into the abyss for the 1000th time, knowing he will not be heard. I did not expect this. Where the fuck is he? Because what do you mean, when are you gonna get me out of here? What the... Y'all... I was asking myself a few questions, considering the fact that I matched Mimi up with Christopher, where the fuck he was. But this... When are you going to get me out of here, then, brother? Where is he? Like, where is he hiding? Sammy woke up on his cot in the infirmary. Addie dozed off next to him, leaving a wet drool stain on his clothes. On both sides of the bed, Mimi and Simona were sleeping, their hands resting on the mattress. You see, that's a friend group. That's what we love to see. It's always been these four. They visited the angel when they were free, but fell asleep before he woke up this time. Sammy had recovered long ago, but since he was exhausted, his generation didn't heal the scar on his chest. It bothered Addie, so he made the angel stay in the infirmary. The scar on his chest bothered Addie. Sammy ran his hand over his face. I'm still shivering. What a disgusting place. The future managed to sneak into his dreamless slumber. The gift of providence grew stronger, but each new vision scared him more than the previous one. After the battle with the Mother of Life, Astaroth's brother got sucked into one of the open portals. Yeah, the immortals found each other, but Christopher vanished. Siva is stuck in the world of the Mother of Life. I did not see that one coming. He is stuck in the world of the Mother of Life, where literally, from what I know, no one can enter. And he has been waiting for many years. Like 4 years ago, they were sucked into these different places and they all found each other. He's been waiting for 4 fucking years for his brother to get him out, to find him. The only thing I like about this right now is to see that Addie and Sammy are okay. That Sammy's alive, because I got some bad backflashes. But my goodness, poor Christopher. We have to get him out. This has to be a next priority of ours. 4 years, y'all. Stuck in that fucking universe. 4 fucking years. Help me, God. Honestly. But I hope you enjoyed this video with me. Tell me in the comments below what you think was best, and I will see you in another video. Bye.